Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome to another MCoC beginner guide. And today we are going to be talking about how to get 4 and 5 star shards. So let's jump into it. So a question that I get very often from the couple friends that I brought over to the game, and in a lot of beginner alliances when starting off, is how do you get 4 and 5 star shards? It's not really that hard, but to be honest, the game kind of starts giving you more as you start progressing through the game. So early on, when you're doing early game content, when you're first starting out, it's going to seem impossible to get 4 star shards. But eventually, when you start getting into higher difficulties where you can do things like the Master and Heroic monthly events, when you can do things like Act 4 and Act 5, all of those rewards just start snowballing in, and basically it tears off to whatever kind of content you're trying to clear at the moment. So if you're a heroic player who's on par with like the monthly heroic events, it's going to be a lot of 4 star shards. That's what you're going to be focused on. When you get towards that middle tier, when you're like not quite uncollected, but Act 4 and the heroic event is very easy for you, you're kind of like a mid-tier master player, which is a mix of 4 and 5 star shards. Once you get to uncollected, it starts teetering up where 5 star shards become a lot more viable and 4 star shards are just kind of everywhere. Once you get above that to cavalier, 5 star shards are basically everywhere, and then you're trying to get 6 star shards. That's like the big premium reward. And then once you get to Thronebreaker, it takes up 6 star shards are a lot more common. 5 star shards are just everywhere, and then it's about signature stones and stuff like that. So as you get through the game, all of the resources that you're supposed to be focusing on are kind of targeted towards you, towards the content that you're clearing. So the point is, early on, don't really stress 5 stars, stress whatever is in your wheelhouse. So that being said, let me go ahead and bring up the spreadsheet that I just made really quick. All right, sorry for that weird jump cut. I had some issues trying to get the Excel sheet on screen. For some reason, it wasn't like acknowledging that this window was open, so I had to troubleshoot it for a second, but here it is. So there's a couple different tiers of how you get content. So there's permanent content, which is story content, special event quests like Realm of Legends, Labyrinth of Legends, that kind of stuff. There's your weekly content, which is going to be your arenas that are constantly cycling out, your Sigil 7-day event, your alliance events, stuff like that. There's the monthly content, which is going to be your monthly event quest and all the different difficulties, excuse me, as well as side quests and stuff like that. Then there's your random content. So your random content is going to be things like, again, the like side quest, when you get random things correlating with whatever event is going on. Daily specials, which you can buy here, which all come with 4 and 5 star shards. Offers, duping characters, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go through all of these, which I went through and did the math a little bit earlier, and I'm just going to break down a little bit of what everything means. If you want, you can just glance at this. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can look at this and know what it means basically right off the bat. If that is the case, thank you guys for clicking on the video. Hope it helped. Hope to see you guys progressing. Tweet screenshots and stuff like that of your polls, all that kind of stuff. Let me know. I'm really excited to see like the actual progress that my community is making. It always makes me feel awesome when I hear you guys are actually benefiting from the videos I'm making. It really motivates me to keep making more of them and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you are watching now, I'm just going to go a little bit more in depth. So for the permanent content, which is going to be your story content. This is the breakdown of everything that you'd get. So from Act 3, you get 4-star shards for the completion and exploration. You don't get any 5-star shards from Act 3 at all. The 2000 with the little asterisk, which means that it's a full hero crystal, so it's basically the equivalent of 2000, but it's not exactly 2000. Once you get into Act 4, you start getting some 5-star shards, although it's not that much. Again, it's still focused around 4 stars and sigging them up and really getting you comfortable with the game. So again, those asterisks, why is that such a hard word for me to say? Asterisks in the 4-star shard column is just, again, you get full crystals plus some shards for the exploration, and then the completion is just a full crystal. So it's the equivalent of 2000, but not quite. The RTTL completion is the Road to the Labyrinth and the special events. So if I hide this window really quick, if you go over to special events where that gladiator Hulk is, and then go to Road of the Labyrinth, that's what these rewards are. So I'm going to pull this back up, and you get, for the way that Road to the Labyrinth works is basically every chapter, every mission is just one path. So the completion is also the exploration, but I split it up here just for the sake of splitting it up. But in total, from doing Road to the Labyrinth, you would get 1850 4-star shards and 1000 5-star shards. And then Realm of Legends, which is, again, if you just go to Realm of Legends, that's what the ROL is. You get 3 4-star champions, which is the equivalent of 6,000 4-star shards. So again, that's what the asterisk means. So from all of the permanent content that is beginner focused, so that's not including Act 5, not including Act 6, all that kind of stuff. Again, this is focused towards beginners because those are the ones that are typically asking this question. You get a total of 16,000 4-star shards and 6,000 5-star shards. So what that equates to is roughly 60% of a 5-star crystal and 8 4-star heroes, which is a pretty good amount for permanent content. Again, that's permanent. You don't really have to worry about panicking to get it done. It's always there for you whenever you feel like coming around to it. Once you move away from permanent content, the weekly and monthly content really bump up rewards, which is why it's kind of more important to make sure that you're doing those monthly events every month instead of pushing for Act 5 or Act 4, because if you have to choose one or the other, the monthly and weekly events are definitely a lot more important because they give you a lot more bang for your buck. It's less energy, typically less effort, and yeah, you just get a lot more rewards. So for the weekly reward, or for the weekly content, the arenas are huge sources of shards. So especially in your beginner and intermediate bracket, I would recommend everybody really focusing on arenas because it's free characters. So there's asterisks on all of them because the rewards vary. So I'm just going to go into all of them right now. Again, if you want to see the exact breakdown of what is on the screen right now, pause it, do the math, whatever. Cool. We're going to jump into the actual breakdown now. So the 3-star featured arena, which is the one with the 3-star massacre right there. This is the arena that basically everybody should be able to do. And if on average, I feel like the most attainable rewards are pretty easy, which is this top 10%, because the rewards are, again, especially in beginner and intermediate, the points to get ranked here are very, very low. So you're looking at 200 per 3-star arena. And again, this cycles twice a week. So just from doing this single arena, you're looking at 400 every week. If you move over to the 4-star basic, which is the 4-star Red Goblin one, I feel like the average beginner player should pretty easily be able to get the 11% to 25%, which is 500 4-star shards and 200 5-star shards. Again, you repeat this twice a week, so that's 1,000 4-star shards, 400 5-star shards, which I actually didn't multiply those in the Excel sheet, which I will do on the fly when we finish this. But yeah, so that's the average. If you want to be above average and you're really grinding it out and you really know what you're doing, you can go above and beyond and get a full 4-star champion twice a week. So you could get them and awaken them, because this is the basic arena. So it's not a quote unquote full champion. It either gives you the champion or awakens them if you already have them. But you also get the 300 5-star shards. So you doing this twice a week. You get the new character, you awaken the new character, and then you get 600 5-star shards. Again, massive source of progression is in arenas in your first 2 months of playing. After that would be the feature 4-star arena, which is going to be the 4-star massacre right there. Go to the rewards. The average player should probably be able to get into the 11 to 30% just by breaking into ranks and doing maybe like an additional 1 or 2 fights. You'll be able to land here pretty often in your beginner and intermediate bracket, because there's not a lot of people that actively participate in this, because the ranks are a little bit higher and you probably don't have enough 4 and 5 stars to be able to do it. But if you have been focusing on the previous arenas and grinding out monthly event quests and stuff like that, even with just like 6 or so 4 stars, you should be able to do this if you're on top of it every 2 hours and get to this milestone, which again, twice a week, you're looking at 800 4-star shards and 400 5-star shards. But again, the big one is the basic arena, which is this one. You should be aiming to land here twice a week, every week without fail in your first 2 months. If you can do that, you're looking at 8 full characters, all awakened, and 600 5-star shards every week. So over a month, that would be 6 times 4, 2,400. Over 2 months, that would be 4,800 just for doing arena. That's not any other content outside of this. Arena, if you've done it at all, is brain dead. It's very simple. You just tap, next fight, tap, next fight. You're golden. Awesome source of progression. I'm going to keep repeating that because, again, it is the biggest source of progression for beginner and intermediate players in your first 60 days. Huge. So let's jump into the next one. So the next very big source is going to ironically come from your summoner sigil. So this is a kind of pay to win aspect of it, especially when you factor in the Black ISO store. But it's a very big source of rewards. So if you're a contender, you get 400 or 200 4-star shards every week, which over the course of a month is 800. If you're proven, you get 600 every week. Over the course of the month, that would equal out to 2,400. Conquer, you get 1,000 a week. Over the month, 4,000. So as you keep progressing, again, just for the weekly sigil, which is $10 a month if you're in the US. I personally find a lot of value in it because it gives you units as well. But if you're not, if you are free to play and not pay to win, or you don't want to put money into the game or whatever, that's 100% fine. It's not the biggest source of shards. It's just probably the easiest because you don't really have to do anything particular for it. As you just play the game and level up characters, you're going to get those milestones and you're going to get it, especially when you factor in the Black ISO store, which lets you convert 2,000 3-star shards into 1,000 4-star shards once a week. Again, that's, for instance, if you're a Conquer, that's basically a free 4-star every week. Free, but you have to pay for the sigil, but it's free because you basically don't have to do anything for it. After that, the big source is from alliance stuff. So your 3-day alliance events, which are these, which is item use, hero use, Avenger use, and completion, I think, are the 4 that we have in rotation. Most alliances should be able to hit like this range, that like 6 to 8 range. I personally feel like the peak milestone 8 is probably more attainable, so I averaged it out at 200 a week, or 200 per event. But again, that varies. You could go higher, you could go less, hence the asterisks on the Excel sheet. But if you land that milestone 8, you're looking at 200 every 3 days, which over the course of a month would be a full 2,000. So that's a full 4-star. If you go higher, you can end up getting 5-star shards, which it's not that much, but it just helps that little bit of trickle in. Aside from the 3-day events, you have the Summoner Advancement, which, let me go ahead and hide this. I just realized you probably couldn't see the 3-day events either. The Summoner Advancement, most alliances should probably be able to hit somewhere in this range. Every alliance that I've been in has hit the 300 5-star shard minimum one. We usually end up somewhere closer to like, why can't I scroll? Somewhere around there, like rank 14, the 14 milestone. But I feel like on average, you should be able to get this one, which is 300 5-star shards and 400 stars a week. 400 4-star shards a week, which again, over the course of the month is an additional 1,600 4-star shards and 300 5-star shards a week, so 1,200 5-star shards. So again, as you can see, you're getting a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. It all just starts to coalesce, and it's just a constant flow of shards from a bunch of random sources. So a lot of people think that there's one specific piece of content that you have to do to get all these rewards, but it's not. It's a little bit here, a little bit there, and all of these little bits come together to make the full crystal. That's what this game is about, whether it's for shards, whether it's for fragments for your tier 4 class catalyst, tier 5 class catalyst, duping characters to get their sig level up. It's just a bunch of little incremental increases here and there until you finally get to that peak. That's what this game is all about. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump back into this. Alliance War, again, I put the averages that I think you should be able to reach there, but you can go higher or you can go lower depending on the amount of battle groups that you're running, the amount of wins that you're getting, your rating, all that kind of stuff. But on average, I think most people can probably land in a silver alliance, which should be able to get to that like borderline spot where you're getting, I think it's like 35% in the rankings, which is 385 star shards and 154 star shards. That's what most people should be aiming for. Next is probably the biggest source of shards throughout everything that you do in the contest, just because it's the monthly events. It's not around very long. Again, it's only for a month, and it's just a constant flow because every month it resets, so you get more and more and more. So for the heroic, you get 200 4-star shards for the completion. For the exploration, you get 1,000 4-star shards and 1,000 5-star shards. Master, you get 800 4-star shards, so it's a very nice jump up just for the completion. And then the exploration rewards are massive compared to the exploration. You get 4,500 4-star shards and then 2,750 5-star shards. So every month, just from exploring heroic and master difficulty, you're looking at a total of 6,500 4-star shards and 3,750 5-star shards. That means if you don't do any arena, you don't have the Sigil, you don't do Black ISO Store, you don't get any dupes, no side events, no calendars, none of that. If nothing else, every month you could be walking away with 6,500 4-star shards, or 3 full 4-star shard or 4-star heroes, and then 3,750 5-star shards. So that's pretty big. Again, that's just for those 2 pieces of content every month, which shouldn't be too difficult for most players. Even like beginner to intermediate players should be able to do that with a fairly sized roster. It does take a couple of weeks, maybe even like 2 or 3 months to get the roster to that size, but it should be a pretty easy road to be able to clear that stuff. So what does this mean? That means every month you're looking at that many shards. When you add in all of the weekly content and then multiply that out toward, or 4 times to equal out that month, when you add in the permanent content, when you add in the random content like side events, calendars, dupes, random premium hero crystals that you get from events and doing arena, or offers that you buy, daily specials that you buy, all that kind of stuff. It's a bunch of small incremental increases in your shards until finally you get them. And again, as you progress further in the game, that next tier becomes a lot easier. So when you first start, it's going to be focusing on 3-star shards probably. And then after a week or 2 from there, you'll have a couple of 3-star shards, and it'll be focused on getting to the 4-star shards. And then maybe after a couple of weeks, when you've cleared a lot more content and you're comfortable in heroic, and maybe you've even tried master, then it's not about 4-star shards, it's about 5-star shards and getting to that next level. And once you get to the 5-star shards, it's about getting high ranked 5-star shards. And then once you get high ranked 5 stars, then it's about getting 6 stars and then ranking those 6 stars. It's just a constant flow, so you're constantly aiming for the next thing. So if you're struggling at getting 5-star shards, that's fine. That's 100% okay. It doesn't mean that you're bad at the game. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It just means that 5-star shards are a little bit above what you should be aiming for right now. Right now, you should be focusing on really building your 4-star roster and becoming a lot more comfortable with the game and comfortable with the characters that you already have. So don't feel bad if you see me getting 4, 5, 6 5-stars every month and you're getting 1 5-star every 2 or 3 months. We're just in different progression levels. It has nothing to do with your abilities, anything like that. It's just the content that we've completed are different. Maybe I got luckier on pulls, so I was able to beat specific champions that you couldn't. There's a lot of different factors that could happen in this game. The big point I'd want to just drill in is it's not your fault. It's not anything you're doing wrong. It's just you need to really nail down what it is that you should be focusing on. If you're struggling with Act 4, don't worry about 6 stars or 5 stars. Just worry about Act 4 and getting that done and being more comfortable in the game. As you progress, everything that you want will come just a little bit easier as you keep taking those steps. But yeah, I feel like I rambled a lot in this video. Hopefully this helps. If it did, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. If you have any suggestions and you want to see a specific video, leave them all in the comments below. I read all of them. I reply to all of them. One of the benefits of having a smaller community like this is it's very tight knit, and I can answer and be there for you and answer every single question that you have. So leave them in the comments below. Again, thank you guys for clicking. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for any support, even if you didn't like or subscribe. Everything means a bunch to me. So stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.